Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today I'm gonna be doing a multiplayer protest of this car that you see on the screen right now, and that is of course the Lamborghini Reventon Roadster. Now, why am I making a test of this car right now? Well, it has to do with the fact that now there's a car hunt for this car, so if you were wondering whether or not you should go for it, is it a good or a bad car? Well, we're gonna be trying to figure that out throughout this video. Before I jump into it though, if you like my content, please hit the like button on this video, and I meant it. If you do that for me, it helps for the channel to be discovered a bit more, and you know, that keeps me going, so go ahead, do it for DBT, please. And subscribe to the channel, because hey, why not? Remember that there's an upcoming stream, a special stream for the 15,000 subscribers, so don't worry, information will be out pretty soon. But alright, so what's the deal with this car? Like I said, there's a car hunt going on for this right now. You can see it over here, but before I jump into it, I want to mention that I find kind of funny how this car has been basically, it has gone through every single type of event possible, in the sense that this started as a special event, which were a thing last year, they're not a thing anymore, in which you need a bunch of cars in order to get to the main car reward, which was this one, obviously, that's how I got it. But it also already got a treasure rush, if I remember correctly, which obviously I wouldn't recommend you because $150 for this car is not exactly a good deal. Now there's a car hunt in which you can acquire this car for the low price, noted the sarcasm, of $20. Now granted, comparing $20 versus the $150 that was on the treasure rush, this is a better deal. So you will be able to get the car over here at tier 1 if you go premium, and then as usual in tier 19 you will be able to get the DSE 10s, and well, you know, it's the same old. So there's the opportunity to get this car if you want to spend 20 bucks on it. Would I recommend it? I don't know. Let's get testing the car a little bit and try to figure out whether or not it's good. Now, with the car selected and the boosters applied, there's all the stats of the car with the tuning kit. As I always say, this is not particularly useful information, so there you go. The car is of a maximum rank of 1862, which is the highest rank in the game other than, you know, the Connected Jesco Absolute. But they should make it in theory the King of Lambos, because this is the highest ranked Lambo in the entire game. So, King of Lambos, is it really that good? Let's find out. And right out of the gate, the game is like, oh, how about you test the drift of the car in the test track for drifting? And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? But yeah, so I don't know. First thing that I want to say about this car, and I think I talked about this before, a long time ago I made a video talking about my wish list and what cars I wish, specifically which Lambos I wish Gameloft was going to add into the game. And more than the Lambos that I wanted, over there I also mentioned, or it's more important, or really, oh come on, that's off! That dude messed up my drift, because he somehow got underneath me, and that messed up my, oh, whatever. But yeah, in that video basically, I was talking about in a part of the cars that I didn't want Gameloft to be adding. And I specifically said that I did not want more Roadsters or convertibles, but this is just not my race, is it? Well, to be fair, more people are also messing up, but Jesus Christ. Listen, this isn't even my fault. That's the worst part. You know what? This race shouldn't count. Pretend that this race didn't happen. But yeah, I was saying that I didn't want more Roadsters, though in that same video I did say that I wanted the Reventon to be added. So what did Gameloft do? They said, okay, sure, let's add the Reventon, but let's add the one that he doesn't want. So yeah, they added the Reventon Roadster, and I don't love it. I'm sorry, but I don't. Alright, 7th place. I'm not gonna make much of this race because, again, it was a mess. Thanks to somebody messing up the start of my... Can I get my points, please? There. Oh, I still gained 17 points. That's neat. Fine. And the game is like, okay, you definitely had a lot of fun in Munich with all those players. Let me throw you back into Munich. Enjoy, DBT. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Roadsters that much. I prefer coupe cars. And I would have wanted this to be the coupe, but I get it. They just straight up copied it from Asphalt 9. When this car was added in the game, which again was over a year ago, it was an update in which they added a bunch of Lambos, all of which were just straight up ported from Asphalt 9. And by that I mean that it's literally the exact same models as in Asphalt 9. It's not like, oh, Asphalt 9 had the coupe and we got the... No. It's exactly the same car. So we got this, we got the Lamborghini Diablo, specifically the Diablo GT, though I would have preferred the Diablo SV because it's my favorite Diablo. And we got the horrible, horrendous looking Lamborghini Huracan. What the heck was that? Ah, Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. Apparently me and Munich no longer friends. They added the Huracan Evo Spider. Oh, damn it! Oh, that punch drift suddenly ended up being too good, and that messed me up still. Ah, Jesus Christ. That's 2 races in a row that go horrible. I'm fine. I'm fine. Listen. I love when things go terrible at the start when I'm driving my favorite brand, though not my favorite car, so maybe that's why. I'm gonna blame it on the car. Yeah. Bad things happening because of the car itself, sure. 51 points, holy mother of... Okay, it's okay. Let's get to the next race. Okay, we're out of the danger zone of Munich for this car, so we should be all right now. But yeah, so back then, like I said, they added this, the Reventon Roadster, they added the Diablo GT, they added the Huracan Evo Spider, and the one car that they didn't just port from Asphalt 9 and instead it's a brand new car for the series is the Lamborghini Starato, exclusive to this game. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, I wish we had gotten the Reventon Coupe instead of the Roadster. What can I say? I like my Coupe. Let the record show that wasn't me knocking him down. He crashed, all right? But yeah. So anyway, that's why I don't love specifically this particular version of the car, but it's alright. Now, how does it perform? Well, let me tell you. Being the king of Lambos at the rank of 1862, it is actually pretty disappointing. I mean, I don't think the car is bad per se, but I don't think the car is good in any particular way. It seems that the only reason it is of this rank is because it's a tiny bit faster than the other Lambos. But when I mean a tiny bit faster, I mean a tiny bit faster. Like really, you cannot really figure out, or you cannot notice like, oh yeah, this is faster. It's probably like under a kilometer faster, much less than a kilometer. So does that make a difference in most races? No. I would have traded that tiny bit of speed for better acceleration or maybe better handling, better drifting. I don't know. All right, I still got a 3rd place, so that's not too bad. 43 points, lovely stuff. Defeated by 2 Senna GTRs, which again, at the same rank, but a much stronger car than my Reventon. It's worth mentioning. I did beat the Solus, Centenario, Senna GTR, and a Faraday. All right, there you go. Well, wasn't a terrible result, at least. All right, French Guyana, I don't know how to pronounce that. Someone told me, and I already forgot, but yeah. So, yeah, overall the performance of this car is nothing outstanding, and in fact, I still wonder why did they need to make this car the quote-unquote king of Lambos. Again, it's just based on rank why I'm calling it the king, though obviously in performance. I think you would do better driving a Centenario, a Cyan than this, simply because I consider them to be better cars than this one. But anyway, so I do wonder why they wanted to make this particular car the quote-unquote king of Lambos, at least based on rank. Oh, for sakes, man. Given that this is a very old Lambo. This car is from like 2000. The original Reventon, I think, is something like 2009. This is probably like 2010 or something. Now, granted, that is not like I'm talking 1968 or something like that, but it's still a considerably old car. When you compare the power output of this car, which was probably under 700 horsepower, versus something like probably way under 700, probably 600 and some, because it was at the time of the Murcielagos, and the Murcielagos were 670, I think. But anyway, depending on the model, of course. But yeah, overall, it's not like, wow, it's the most powerful car out there. And the Countach LPI, for example, the Cyan are cars that, because they're hybrid, they have even more output of power. An Aventador is, in theory, a better car than this, the Reventon. So why did they choose this particular car to be the king of Lambos? We'll never know. Again, bunch of Senna, man. Really, the Senna GTR is starting to become a bit of a spammy thing, huh? Or maybe it's just this particular lobby that I am at? But it just seems weird that I'm finding so many Senna GTRs. And let the record show that that's not mean like, oh my god, I hate that car. Actually, I love that car. It looks beautiful. I wish I had it. Well, the game really is doing the let me give you all the versions of one track in a row. We did 2 Munichs in a row. We're doing 2 French Guyana in a row. So, okay, game, sure, I understand. So yeah, I don't know. I think, listen, they could have added, for example, oh man, it's just so difficult to try to explain this. Most of the Lambos, nowadays Lamborghini, is not about top speed or anything. Lambos, in general, like a lot of other brands, just not the super hyper ones like Koenigsegg or Bugatti, they're focusing more about rather than top speed, they focus more about on handling, usability, and whatnot. So Lambos in general are not particularly fast cars compared to the super hyper ginormous top speed brands, right? but still, they're pretty fancy cars, they're very expensive and whatnot. Still, having thought of that, or having said that, the current generation of Lamborghini, which is the Revuelto, I was gonna say Reventon, the Revuelto, or the newly announced Temerario, those are cars that hit, like, for example, the Temerario hits like 900 horsepower, the Revuelto hits 1,000 horsepower. First place, baby! Right, there you go. So they are stronger cars, and even then they're still not like that much faster than their previous generations. But hey, at least I could see Gameloft making those newer cars to be the highest ranked cars, because they're the newest, they're in theory the most powerful, the most advanced ones. And instead the super fancy king of Lambos, they made it a very old car from 2009 or something like that. I don't know what to make of it, but it is what it is. Fine. Drift test time. No, wait, how do I say it? Spiral drift test. Let's go. Yeah, let's see how good or bad this thing drifts. And let's do this. There it is. Full press all along. You can see that wasn't amazing. Not terrible, but not particularly good drifting. All right, test number 2. Let's do this. Yeah, kind of wide. Not impossibly wide, but not good at all, really. Okay, fine. Maybe not good at all. Just usable, you know? Pretty all right. Nothing special. But at least I was able to do that spiral without even needing punch drift. Of course, I could have done punch drift for the sake of making it better, but still, the idea was to show if it could do it by itself. Now in the opposite direction, we get, as usual, this. No, it's actually very similar. I always said that drift feels assisted. I still say the same, but yeah, still wasn't amazing by any means. Now for the time to wall test, I've already restarted a bunch of things, but just about any car gets in the way. This is the one that doesn't seem to get too much. I do knock him down, but it doesn't seem to move my course. So here we go. Yeah, maybe push me a tiny little bit, but I don't believe. No, I think it's, I don't know. So to some extent, they should tell you indeed that the acceleration of this car is not particularly great if I cannot out-accelerate particularly good anybody, right? Yeah, it pushes me ever so slightly, but I don't think it pushes me enough to really be significant to the time to wall. But yeah, there you go. So why don't you let me know in the comments if you think this acceleration is good, bad, or what's the deal with this? Because honestly, in practice, I don't think this is fantastic in any way. All right, before I forget, because yeah, I just remember a peculiar thing when this car was announced that was gonna be coming to the game, because I thought it was a typo. When I read the patch notes, I thought that this was a typo. What I mean by that is that I saw that the newest car of the highest rank, the king of Lambos, was gonna be the Lamborghini Reventon. And I'm like, wait, Reventon? Maybe it's a typo. They meant Revuelto, because it's REV, you know, Reventon, Revuelto, maybe they mistakenly. And it was clear to me that they were porting cars from Asphalt 9. And in Asphalt 9, by the time this was released in Asphalt 8, in Asphalt 9 we had gotten the Revuelto a few months prior, a few months before. So I did think, oh, maybe they're porting the Revuelto, making it the strongest car, well, the strongest Lambo in this game. Because, you know, the Revuelto, the newest Lambo at the time, for the whole brand and all of, oh, that's amazing. Now it turns out that it was not a typo. It was indeed the Reventon, not the Revuelto. Like, oh, well, that's disappointing. And to this day, I still don't understand. Well, I have my guess, but yeah, I don't know why they have never added the Revuelto in this game, considering that it's in Asphalt 9. Like I said, this update where they added all of these Lambos in Asphalt 8. Don't push me, buddy, mother. I'm fine. I hope it cracks as well. I hope it's that same one that it's right there. Yeah, by the time that we got this update, the Revuelto was already out there on Asphalt 9, so I'm like, yeah, they should probably bring that. That was not on purpose, but I hope it was the same dude that made me cry. Oh boy, can somebody please rewind and tell me if it was the same individual? I hope that it was not visible who was that pushed me into crashing. And if it's the same person, I'm just gonna be. And if it's not, I'm so sorry, buddy. I swear it wasn't on purpose, but it's just kind of funny. I made him crash in the divider the same way that he made me crash into the divider. So in a way, it's cosmic karma. I tell you. All right, maybe I don't think it was this guy. I don't think it was in first place, was I? I don't even know. Because that's the only Faraday that it's ahead of me. So it must have been one of these two. I don't know, but still, I thought that was kind of funny, so I'll take it. So yeah. Oh, look at that. There's Nightmare, one of the rumors. Let's go. Yeah, I wish instead of this, listen, no hate to the Lamborghini Reventon, but I really wish we had gotten the Revuelto instead. Oh yeah, but I was saying that I have a theory as to why they didn't release the Revuelto over here. I think the Revuelto had some sort of exclusivity deal with Asphalt 9, because it would have made sense for them to add also the Revuelto over here, right? If there was going to be a Lamborghini update a few months later from when it was released in Asphalt 9, it would have made sense to add it. It's more promotion for Lamborghini. But I'm pretty sure, and again, it's just a guess, but I'm going to say that they probably have some sort of exclusivity deal where they negotiated the license for Asphalt 9. It was a free car in Asphalt 9, surprisingly, and all of that, but that's about it. Nothing about Asphalt 8. But then again, in Asphalt 8, we did get the Sterato, which is a car that is not present in Asphalt 9, so I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. Maybe they were like, okay, Asphalt 8 gets Sterato, Asphalt 9 gets Revuelto. And now, no Asphalt so far has the Lamborghini Temerario, which is the Huracan replacement. Finally, the Huracan and all of its other models are out, and in comes the Lamborghini Temerario, which I should make a video on that at some point. Well, actually, why don't you let me know in the comments if you would like me to make a video showing you the Temerario and giving you my thoughts on the car, because I have some thoughts, good and not so good ones. But yes, all right, I got a second place. That's not too bad. I got defeated by the Solus, but I did beat the Tuataran before 34, a Centenario, and a 300 plus. Oh, that must have crashed or something bad happened over there. See, it's doing the thing. We're back in Barcelona again. 2 Barcelonas in a row. But anyway, if you want to get a hard and a pin, you know, you have to give me the key phrase, which for today is going to be Lamborghini Reventon Roadster, a crownless king. First person to post it gets a hard pin and all of that good stuff, right? Sorry that I haven't been replying to the comments just yet. Like I said, it takes me a while to get back in, to get to them and all of that stuff. Don't worry, I'll get to it, and you guys will get your pins and all of that. Don't worry, that'll happen. But yeah, so all right. Enough talking about what it could have been and how I'm disappointed about this car in terms of being the king. Blah 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 blah. How does, for sakes, man? How does the car actually perform? It's alright. Like I said at the start of this video, this is not a bad car. I'm not saying that, wow, this is absolute garble, but honestly, I think it would feel more... I think it feels more, in my opinion, my very personal subjective opinion, it feels more like an 1861 than an 1862 car. And I understand that the difference is tiny, right? But in general, 1862, you can kind of sort of expect them to be pretty damn nice cars. And overall, this car is just okay. So it's an 1860 or 1861 tops. I don't think it deserves to be an 1862, but whatever. But like I was saying, it is actually not a bad car. It's not like I'm saying, oh, this car sucks or anything. It accelerates, okay. It drifts, okay. It handles sort of good, actually. The nitro is pretty good as well. That is worth mentioning. But then again, that is kind of normal for Lambos in this game to have pretty good nitro, with some exceptions, obviously, but still. Oh, great. This continues to happen. Yay. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to be telling you happy anniversary in 11 years and all of that, right? We're super excited about this anniversary. I'm sorry, but the anniversary has been extremely subdued. There's, like I said, there's barely anything. Today, as I'm recording and releasing this video, technically today should be the anniversary. In fact, that's why I was waiting till the last second to record a video, because I thought something cool was going to happen today, but no, we're still waiting. However, GameLog did mention recently that the cake hunt is going to begin on the 24th, which is on Saturday. So why on a Saturday? I have no idea. So maybe then we'll have some stuff to get excited about in relation to the anniversary. But so far, it's been very meh. You know, there's the treasure rush for the car that I don't believe anybody particularly wants. There's the anniversary cup just to get an outfit that is not even the Dark Angel Diva. The racing pass barely has anything to do with the anniversary. So yeah, overall I said it in another video, it's just business as usual, so hey, at least we still get to play the game, even if we're getting this issue with the multiplayer rooms from time to time. But I gotta say, at least today, compared to the last video that I recorded, I have gotten it much fewer times. Actually, we only gotten one, so maybe this has improved a tiny bit, but still the issues there. Alright, so in general, should you go for this car? Only if you really like Lamborghini, if you want to get this car. But other than that, I don't think that this is amazing. Like I said, not a bad car by any means. Don't think that this car sucks. but it's nothing straight up outstanding, and for the rank of 1862, where it should be the hypest of cars in the game, nah, this doesn't feel particularly amazing. But alright, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!